Bro, we are back.
Back like we never left. Another week in effing quarantine.
Quarantine week 5,000.
I don't even know what week we're on. I don't even know. Like, all the days just blend together to me. One thing I will say about quarantine is the week flies by.
No way, bro. The week does not fly by.
Yes, it does. Like, I'm sitting there.
How?
It's like
What are
Wednesday.
you doing?
I'm like, whoa. How is it Wednesday already? And it's like Thursday. Then it's probably like, oh, it's a weekend. Let's go. But I'm like, every single day is the same. So
When you get to Friday, you're like, yeah, what just happened? But when you're in the thick of it, it doesn't feel like it's flying.
for me, it feels like it's flying. Like, we're already next week is Memorial Day weekend.
I know.
But that's
Isn't that
crazy.
crazy?
Exactly. It's flying. Like, we're already 5 months into the year. We're about to be 6 months. We're about to be halfway through the year already.
Wow, that's kind of insane.
Yes, it's been a trash year, but we're already halfway through.
People are going to be out on Memorial Day. Did you see that Jersey Shore is going to be open on Memorial Day?
It's open now,
I
and
know.
the pictures
This
of
is
it was
gonna be
packed today.
bad.
It was packed today, and
This is gonna
nobody
be
was wearing
bad.
masks. Nobody was social distancing. It's ridiculous. People,
Oh my god.
you guys are gonna. There's not gonna be a summer because people don't listen. People don't listen. People don't take guidelines.
Serious.
For some reason, a lot of white people are feeling oppressed, and they're trying to protest wear a mask. Like, yo, what is wrong with you people? Like, they're sitting there protesting this is my civil liberty. I can go to work. Okay, like, yo, stay home. Nobody cares that you work at Baskin and Robbins. Like, what is wrong with you people, yo?
Jared.
I'm sorry. I'm on a little tangent there, but I'm trying to have a summer. The summer's gonna be canceled, so we might as well keep it a bean there.
Wait,
Summer's gonna be canceled.
are you doing your Memorial Day plans still?
No, my Memorial Day plans were to go to Houston. I was supposed to be in
I
Houston
know.
for my homie's bachelor
Isn't
party.
Houston open?
Houston is slowly opening, yes, but we're not going until hopefully late July. So we canceled. We got our money back. I already sent back the refunds for the Airbnb.
Why'd you send back the refunds if you're just gonna
Because we might not. Because some people can't go that weekend. So I just gave everybody their money back, and I'm like, "Yo, we're going this weekend. If you can go, let me know. If you can't, oh well, sorry." But I'm not even gonna lie. Airbnb was tripping at first. They weren't trying to give me my money back. And they had this whole process that they put out, or this whole plan they put out, and it said you can get your money back to a certain time. So I hit them up like, I can't do my trip, and they were like, okay, well, we'll give you $130. The number, like, mind you, I paid for half the trip up front, and that was like $2,000. So when I go to get the refund, I still haven't paid for the rest of the half of the trip.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I need a refund. They're like, okay, we can give you a full refund for Airbnb credit, or we can give you $138. And
$138.
I'm like, what? I'm like, nah, that's not going to work. So then I go on Twitter and I'm like, yeah, you guys have this whole, like, they have a huge article that they put out, a whole policy that they have where it details how you get your money back because due to everything with COVID. So then I go on Twitter and I search Airbnb, and there's people just going ham like, Airbnb is a terrible company. They're not giving my money back, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what? So then I'm sitting there talking to somebody and I'm like, yeah, that's not going to work for me. Like, I need like a full refund. And they're like, okay, well, we need proof that you can't travel because of COVID. And I'm like, proof? I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? And then they're like, okay, well, we understand that this is a tough time, so people cannot, like, they don't have proof that they can't travel because of COVID. So you just have to tell us that you cannot travel due to COVID.
What? This just sounds like gibberish.
It is. So then I literally text back or email back, I cannot make this trip because of COVID-19. And they're like, okay, here's your full refund. And I'm like, you guys just made me waste, I don't know how long it took, but you guys made me waste all that time just to get my refund back. And I'm assuming that everybody who was complaining on their website and Twitter just didn't go through those steps, but it was absolutely ridiculous. And it was a whole process. But long story short, I got my money back.
You already told the long
Yeah, I
story.
already told the story, but I sent all the money back to the people who were going on the trip. I got my money back. I saw Esther Airbnb, even though they put me through that whole thing, but
Really?
it is what it is. I guess what VRBO? There were some other
Yeah, I use
websites.
VRBO a lot.
Yeah, there are other websites that have like rentals where supposedly they weren't giving money back. So I guess Airbnb is at least better than those types.
I was about to tell you something, but I forgot in the middle of your long Airbnb story. Oh, did you see? I remembered. Did you see my tweet about FedEx the other day?
Nah, what they do?
Oh my God. I was okay. So we have a very good friend, two of our very
Actually,
good friends.
I saw Terrence's tweet.
Yes.
Is that the same thing?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
So
okay,
two of our very good friends that are getting married, they live in DC and they live in a house, but it's like in DC. It's like in I don't know, northeast somewhere. So
it's
it's
in the
like in
city.
the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so so they've been planning their wedding, right? They get there. I can't believe we're still talking about weddings. They get there, save the dates, like they ordered them, and they told FedEx to like put it in the lockbox on their uh step, and they didn't, and the save the dates got stolen.
Who
This was like
still
months
saves
ago,
the dates?
huh?
Who will still save the dates? Well, obviously they don't
Well,
know
they
what it
didn't
is.
know it was in there.
Yeah.
This was months ago, though, right? And then recently, what happened this week was she had ordered her wedding dress. My friend had ordered her wedding dress, and FedEx. It was supposed to be signature required. That's how she ordered it. And FedEx, and they have a camera, by the way. Like they had proof that the package was stolen and
I
everything.
remember seeing the video,
Yeah. So
and
the
especially the
FedEx
FedEx
guy
guy.
pulled up
Yeah.
at 11 p.m., chucked the box onto the thing. The box opened and left, no signature. And then, literally, the next morning, this lady comes by, sees that the box is open. They have all this on video. Looks in the box, sees that it's like a wedding dress, and just takes it out the box and throws it over her shoulder and like walks away.
Wow.
And they had footage of all of it. And so she tweeted and she was like, this is a video of FedEx dropping my wedding dress, throwing it onto the porch, signature required. The box like breaks. And then she posted another tweet and it was like, and this is the video of the woman stealing my wedding dress.
And who even
And
delivers something at 11 o'clock at night? Number one.
exactly.
Nah, I saw that. I saw Terrence tweet that, and I retweeted it because I was like, "Yo,
Yeah, she
that's
had like
ridiculous."
100 retweets. I wanted it to get more because everybody, and then like the FedEx Twitter reply thing or whatever, it was like FedEx helps. They responded, and you could tell it was just like a robot, either a robot or
Something
automated
automated.
message
Yeah.
because it was like, we want to help you with this. Was your package damaged or stolen? And she's like, are you kidding me? It was damaged and then stolen, and it's all in this video. Like, but the point is,
Nah,
FedEx
FedEx
is
is trash
rude.
for that. They're super trash for that.
They're so trash. Like, and same thing. Me and Terrence ordered our wedding rings, and they were supposed to be FedEx signature, and they just left them on the. Like, I mean, luckily I live in the woods, but like, they just left them on the stoop. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, and both of those items, like your items and like a wedding dress, that's a lot of money.
Yes.
That's a lot
But
of money.
the people who made her wedding dress, she tagged them in the tweet and they saw it and they're remaking it for her.
But they shouldn't have to do that.
They shouldn't, but that's good business.
That is, I mean, that is, especially in today's times. But FedEx is super trash for that. Especially she has video proof. Like FedEx is super trash for that. And then you just like the way like he just tossed it.
Tossed it.
Like I saw the video. He legit just tossed it
Toss it.
and just
It was pitch black and just ran away. So, anyways, I was gonna say shout out to everybody. We had a lot of good responses from the episode last week. I got a ton of text messages from people, just like saying sorry you had to move your wedding. So I wanted to shout out
positive
those
vibes.
people.
Positive
Yeah, and just
vibes.
say thanks for all those vibes. Thanks for listening. Y'all are super lit. But anyways, you know what I'm excited for tomorrow?
What's that?
The last two episodes of the MJ documentary.
Yo, like I can't even believe that it's already
Over. I feel like
and it's been what
I
4 or 5 weeks, and that's what I'm saying. This like quarantine has been flying.
I feel like you're right about it being going faster, but I feel like it's because of the MJ documentary that it's been going faster because I just am looking forward to Sunday so
Looking forward
much.
to Sunday nights.
Yes, it like has given me something to look forward to. I'm like, this is actually tolerable. Like they should have started this way earlier.
So, what have you thought about it altogether? If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about the Michael Jordan documentary.
The Last Dance.
It's called The Last Dance. It comes on 9 p.m., 10 p.m. every Sunday night on ESPN, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
ESPN.
So it pretty much talks about his career, his life.
Yep.
You should watch it if you haven't.
It's like based off the last season, his sixth championship or whatever.
Yeah, his last season in Chicago. But yeah, how have you felt about this so far?
I really like it. Well, first of all, I really like it. I like seeing all the footage. Like we were obviously very, very young during that time period. Like we remember it, but we were like kids. We weren't
Yeah,
like, like teenagers. So it's cool to like see it again and like see how different basketball is from back then to now, basically.
facts.
I think it was very well done. I think MJ is the GOAT, and my only critique is the timeline bounce back.
Yeah, I was going to say like they keep bouncing back and forth, and I'm just
Yeah, it's kind of
sometimes yeah,
confusing.
it's a little confusing at times. And then sometimes they document when it was, or they tell you that they're going back, and they tell you that they're going forward. But then there's times when they don't. I feel like, and I'm
No,
kind of
I think they
confused.
always tell you when they're going back or forward, but it happens so fast. Like, don't
You just
look away
miss it.
for one
Yeah,
second. Yeah,
yeah, because like I'm checking my phone, I'm watching it with
exactly.
I'm watching it with like
Twitter.
Twitter, yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
everybody's reacting at the same time. So if I look down and miss something, I'm like, wait, where are we at right now?
That happens to me all the time. I'm like, Terrence, what year is it? He's like, oh my god, and that's the only confusing part. But I just don't. Okay, I don't think that this is going to be well received, but I don't understand, especially now after seeing this documentary. I don't understand how LeBron James is even
In
comparable.
conversation, yeah, it's
Yes.
because he has a bunch of stands who just ride his coattails, and
I just don't
they just make
understand.
up
Like,
anything. Like, come on, bro. There's no comparison at all.
to me, there's no comparison.
You have NBA players who tell you this. That all the players who played with MJ, even players who played with LeBron, will tell you this.
I just feel like they're not even playing. Like it's not even the same game. They're not even on the same court. Like LeBron could never that Detroit series that they lost, and when he got beat up, like dogged, like LeBron could never survive that
No,
type of basketball.
LeBron probably would have went to another city after that. Teamed up with some
Like they
more
beat
players.
him up, and then obviously he went into beast mode and got stronger overnight for the next season. But
Well, no,
that
that was one thing that LeBron stands critiqued him about. They were like, "Wait, he never lifted weights before this moment."
it wasn't
I'm
that
like,
time. Like
he didn't need to.
yeah,
He didn't
yeah,
need
yeah,
to. He
yeah.
was dominating without lifting any type of weights. Being an athlete that lifts weights or anything like that, he was just strictly a basketball player. Kevin Durant doesn't lift weights, and look
Yeah,
how
he's
great
like
he
a
is. Like,
noodle.
yeah.
Listen, the other thing is, sometimes people say like, "Oh, MJ," like they compare like if MJ would be as successful in this era as he was, and I'm like,
Basketball's softer now.
and like not just basketball, Jared, technology. They have like fucking technology to predict injuries before they even happen now. Like MJ would have been the healthiest, strongest, like it's just like I feel like a
It could be
totally
second, yeah.
different time zone.
It's different level. Different
Yes,
level.
like
Different level. Like you said, not comparable. Like not comparable. Before this series, I've always heard MJ stands just like down or dog LeBron and just say like it's not comparable. You can't compare the two. But now I actually see it and I actually understand why they believe that. Because
yes.
actually seeing this documentary and seeing like everything that he went through and just like how much of a leader he was, it's not comparable to what LeBron is or does.
Yo, he was so passionate about the way he plays basketball. He literally cried. He was like,
Yeah, not even that. And then he also just took a year off or a year or two,
I know they could never do that now.
and then just came back and won three in a row again. Like, bro, it's not comparable. And I think what LeBron's 3-8 in the finals. Like, I think
That's what I'm saying.
it's definitely a big feat to make it to the 8 straight NBA finals. I'm not taking that away from anybody. That's a huge accomplishment. Even though it's in the East, that was very very weak. It's still an amazing accomplishment. Kudos to LeBron for that.
Yeah, kudos, blah blah
But then,
blah. But
but then
like,
once you face a team in the West and you lose 5 times or 8 times, I mean, like, come on, bro.
no, what I'm saying is he's not in the arena with MJ because he has half as many championships. Like that's step one, number of championships.
He's not even in
You
the arena with
have
Kobe, bro.
half
For
as
being real,
many.
he's not even in the arena with Kobe.
Oh, I definitely don't think he's in the arena with Kobe. Honestly, like
Even the NBA players will tell you Kobe. They'll put Kobe above LeBron.
Kobe's the closest athlete that ever came to MJ ever even became close. I feel like
Yeah,
if you're gonna compare people, it's a better argument to compare just like Kobe and MJ than LeBron because I feel like they're more similar because he learned from him. So it's like
yeah. He mimicked all of his moves. He perfected them, and plus he has that leadership and
yeah.
that like will to win. Kobe would not live with not being the last one to take the shot, not being the last one to have the
Yeah.
ball in his hands. LeBron would do that, and it's hurt him multiple times in his career.
Were you like sad at the when they showed the Kobe footage?
Of course, I was literally on the car ride back home today. I'm just driving, and I'm listening to a podcast, and they're talking about how I guess the pilot's wife. There was an article in the headline that said that the pilot's wife blames the crash on the passengers. But I guess if you actually read the article, that's not what the article is about. It was just like a crazy headline. But then they just started talking about Kobe, and I'm just like, I really can't believe this guy is gone. Like, that's just crazy to me.
Yeah, it's sad.
I can't believe that. You remember we had a pod after that. You remember how sad that podcast was? Oh my!
No, we were supposed to pod that day, I thought, and then we didn't.
We
And
were supposed to pod that day,
oh,
and then we had a podcast. Then we had like the Kobe podcast after that.
that's gonna be like everything's. Where were you when Kobe died? Where were you during the pandemic? Where like it's too many.
This whole year, where were you in 2020? This whole year has been just ridiculous. They're going to say, "Do you remember 2020?" I'm like, "Heck yeah, I remember 2020. It was trash."
Listen, I had something else to say about MJ. Okay, the gambling thing. Can we talk about this? Because
He's a competitor. He's a competitive
yeah,
person.
I agree. I knew you were gonna say that.
That's all I accredit it to.
I think he's addicted to like just winning things and
Yeah.
like be competing in things.
There's a conspiracy that his dad was killed due to his gambling debts,
No,
and that's
that's
the reason why.
total horseshit.
And that's the reason why he took some time off from the game
No.
of basketball.
He just told us in the documentary it's all a crock of shit.
Well, I mean, obviously he would say that. He wouldn't agree to it. I mean, he wouldn't accept that and say that like willingly.
Okay, I do not believe that to be true.
But no, I don't believe it.
This is gonna sound so weird, but I think that Scottie Pippen is such an attractive old man.
What's weird? What's weird about that?
I don't know.
I was like, wait, where is she going with that? But what's weird about that?
I don't know. I just like him. Like when they're interviewing him, I'm like at the edge of my seat. I don't know if it's the pearly white teeth or the deep ass
I was
voice.
like, yo, his voice is super deep. His voice is super deep.
But as soon as his interview starts, I am tuned in. I'm like, Scotty, is that you?
He doesn't look that different than when he was younger.
He looks. I think that the footage of him when he's younger, like, I don't think he's that attractive. Like, I think he looks better older, basically.
He's aged well.
Yes, like he looks even better now than he did when he was younger. I felt like when he was younger, his eyes were kind of like bugging out and stuff.
His face wasn't holding his.
I don't know. I
features
just
that well.
couldn't. I mean, he was definitely an attractive guy, but I don't know. I just like old Scottie Pippen for some reason. He's got some calm aura to him. That's like,
he is super calm in that. And yeah, he is way super.
he just
calm.
be like every time they interview him, he's like, I don't know. I just didn't want to play.
with the deep voice.
I love it.
You're probably not the only lady or man that believes that.
Oh God. Yeah, so I really like Scotty. Oh, and this is the other thing I want to point out. Steve Kerr gets his own medal of honor, or like, what do you call those things? Like
Steve Kerr's a real one.
recognition award for being on both teams
Oh, yeah, I
that
get you.
had the best
The best
records in
records.
NBA
Yeah.
history.
Yo,
I
Steve
mean,
Kerr's a real one, yeah.
the one he coached fucked up at the end. The team he coached fucked up
They
at
did.
the end of that season.
I kind of want him to touch on that, touch on that.
I know. I don't think he's gonna
I
though.
was hoping that he would do that in the documentary, but there's still 2 more episodes we can see if he does.
I mean, he played with MJ on the Bulls. He won
He got
6
punched in the
rings.
face by MJ.
He got punched in the face by MJ. They're cool. He now coaches
Steph Curry, the best shooter ever. KD,
KD, but
Klay
I mean,
Thompson.
it's just funny. Like the top 2 records ever in history, he was a part of both of them. That is rare.
Facts.
Like no one else will do that.
Definitely a Hall of Famer. Has to be. When his career's done, or when it's all said and done for him, the Hall of Famer. Yeah, this whole series is dope. And it's funny though, like we weren't supposed to get it this early, but
When was it supposed to come out?
I don't remember. I think this was come out like the end of the summer, maybe, or beginning of the summer. But once this whole pandemic thing happened and people were home, everybody was like, social media was going crazy, like release it now, release it now, release it now, and they actually obliged and released it. So
It was the best thing they could have done because people are tuned
facts.
in. Like
Yeah.
every Sunday, my entire feed is only MJ. It's amazing.
Trending #1 every single week. Like I'm excited for the last 2. So
Me too. Me too. Me too. I can't believe it's over.
we could touch on the last 2 episodes next week, maybe.
Yeah, we can. Honestly, though, what I've learned from this documentary is that MJ is top 5 in like the history of athletes, greatest of all time.
I could, yeah, you can say that. You can say that easily.
Ever. Other people in the top 5.
What's your list?
Okay, of all time, all sports.
Yeah, we could do that. Let's do that. That's fine.
Only 5, though. Only 5.
Yes.
These are in no particular order. I'm just naming 5 people. Okay, I don't know the order. MJ,
Yep.
Tiger Woods.
Okay. I thought you were stuck after that.
I was not stuck. I'm thinking. You put me on the spot. Honestly, I want to say Muhammad Ali, but I'm kind of biased.
Okay, that's fine. You can say Muhammad.
See, this is getting hard because I'm trying to pick like somebody from each sport. But
Yeah, from other sports. You don't have to. Like,
okay, I don't have to.
Your choice of individuals.
Serena.
Oh, okay. I was gonna have her in mind, so I was hoping you would have her in mind.
That was 4, right?
Yeah.
I said MJ.
You said MJ, Muhammad, Tiger.
Oh my God! Sorry.
Serena.
Not my 5th one is Tom Brady.
Ew.
Those are my top 5. MJ, Serena, Muhammad Ali, Tiger Woods, Tom Brady. That's a good top 5.
It's all right. It's all right. I'm going Serena. No particular order. Serena, MJ, Tiger.
Seems like we have the same list so far.
We do. Michael Phelps.
I was gonna say Michael Phelps.
Usain Bolt.
That's 5.
And
that's 5. Buddy.
I wanted to say Jackie Robinson or Babe Ruth, but one thing I have no football players in there, which is crazy.
Yes, because you know the answer is Tom Brady, but you refuse to accept it.
Tom Brady is not the answer. Tom Brady is not the answer. But I think I like our list. I like our list.
Yeah, I think if we combine those lists, the only other person I would have added was, I wish Terrence was here because I don't know shit about soccer, but I wanted to. I would have added a soccer athlete because they're insane.
Rafael Nadal? No, that's tennis.
Okay, Messi.
Messi. Yeah.
Megan Rapinoe.
Ronaldinho.
Okay, that's now that we've named 4 soccer.
Yeah, what's the white boy's name? Who married the Spice? David Beckham. David Beckham.
Beckham.
Yo, soccer is the last sport that I'm gonna know anything of. And baseball,
I know, but it is fun. Like
baseball's a close second, but
baseball to me is boring. Like I'd rather watch soccer than baseball.
Oh yeah, soccer's more fast paced. So what's your who's your top? I don't want to say five. Who's your top three in basketball? And do you have a top three in football? Because I feel like in the U.S. those are the top two sports, obviously,
Okay, top three basketball
of all
ever.
time, of all time. Or can you do five? If you could do five, we'll do five.
Can I do five? Are you actually asking me that? Okay, five. MJ, Kobe. Those are just obviously the top two. Larry Bird. Oh, I feel obligated
Wow,
to
it's a
say
true
that because he's
Celtics
a Celtic.
fan. Yeah,
Yeah.
a true Celtics fan. Larry Bird in the top five.
I feel
Whoa.
obligated to say that because I'm a Celtics fan, but I also semi believe it.
Actually, speaking of the Celtics, I have another question for you after this, but we'll
Okay.
finish your top five.
I'm gonna have to say I feel like I can't say Larry without saying Magic.
You can say whoever you like. It's your top five. There's no right or wrong to this. It's your opinion.
I just really don't want to say LeBron, although I know he is one of the best athletes in basketball. I just
Why?
hate
What's your
him.
what's your beef with LeBron?
I don't hate him. I just don't agree with the way he plays basketball.
What does that mean?
I just think he's
You think he's soft?
obnoxious.
You think he's soft?
Yes, I think he's obnoxious. But I mean, like, if I'm being unbiased, I have to put him in there because he is one of the greatest athletes in basketball. So I guess that's my list.
So who are the top five? Can you name them straight? Like we were all over the place there.
MJ, Kobe, Magic, Larry, LeBron.
Okay, that's not a bad five. Are those in order?
No, no particular order. I mean, the first two are in order, but then everyone else after that, I'm not sure about.
Gotcha. So my my
MJ, Kobe.
my top five, no particular order. It's got to be the goat Kobe. R.I.P. my man's.
No particular order, huh?
No particular order. Kobe, MJ, LeBron. I'm throwing Shaq in there because he's just the most dominant player ever. And then my fifth would either have to be Magic or Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, Will was good.
And I'm probably gonna go Magic because I'm a Lakers fan. So I'm gonna go Magic. I'm gonna go Magic. Okay, so speaking of the Celtics, you're a huge Celtics fan. Who's on your Celtics Mount Rushmore?
Oh, Celtics Mount Rushmore.
So that's four individuals.
Paul Pierce.
Has to be. I talked to somebody earlier today, and I asked them the same question, and they were hesitant on putting Paul Pierce there, and I was
Idiots.
like, "What?" But
Larry.
okay, you got two more.
I feel like Mount Rushmore has to mean like legacy, so I'm not going to put anyone new. But if I could put someone new,
Who would
I
be your
would.
new person?
My current favorite Celtics player of all time right now is obviously Jason, but he's too new. He hasn't earned his legacy yet.
Yeah, he's not on there. Yeah, that's way too soon.
I honestly want to say KG.
So the image that I had saw, KG he was one of the people you could choose
He's one
from.
of the four. Okay,
No,
great.
no, not one of the four. He was one of the people you could choose from. There was like a list of like 8 or 12 people you
Oh,
could
well,
choose
you're
from.
not giving me a list of 8 or 12 people to choose from.
Did you want me to do that?
Yes.
Because you sound like you're struggling.
I'm not struggling. I'm trying to decide between legacy Celtic.
You ready for the? There's 10 people you could choose from. You want me to name them?
Uh-huh.
Bird, Kuzi, Cohen's, Garnett, Havlicek, Heinsohn, Jones S, McKell, Pierce, Russell.
Yeah. I was actually going back and forth between McHale and Russell in my head. That's truly what was
How
happening.
can Russell not be there?
I know he has to be there. So mine were Russell, KG, Paul, and Larry. That's good,
Wow.
and it's mostly black people.
So here's my list. Obviously Larry Bird, obviously Bill Russell, obviously Paul Pierce. After that, I don't care who you put for the fourth. And I don't even know who to put for the fourth. I'm not from up here, so I don't know that much of the history. So I don't care about the fourth person, but those three definitely should be there.
Well, Kuzi and Cohen and McHale and Larry, they all were together. So
Yeah. I saw a lot of people going between for the fourth spot, Havlicek and Kuzi.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I don't care.
Okay, Lakers Mount Rushmore. This is easy.
Kobe, Magic, Hakeem,
Yeah.
Oh, Shaq.
I know. I was like, what about Shaq? That's what
Yeah,
I was saying
that's
in my
easy.
head.
That's super easy. If anybody puts LeBron up there, might have to smack him.
Oh no, LeBron is a don't get me started. You already got me started before.
Is that hold on? Is that your four for the Celtics, or not for the Celtics for the Lakers?
Yeah, that's exactly who I was thinking.
I like that. So here's another question that I was asked recently: who would be your greatest athlete of all time that was in a movie? So basically, the greatest movie athlete of all time.
The best, like the athlete that did the best acting in a movie.
No, it could be fiction, like a fictional athlete. Just like,
Oh,
who do you think was the greatest fictional athlete of all time?
this is a hard question.
It is because it's a huge spectrum to choose from. So you could say like MJ in Space Jam.
No,
Uh,
see, to me, that means you're
like
asking
that's
me. That means you're asking me which athletes did the best acting in movies.
no. Just MJ had a role in that movie. He was a specific character in that movie.
He was himself. That's not a character. He wasn't acting. He was being himself with animated
No,
character.
he was acting. That MJ is not the same MJ that's playing basketball. That was a fictional MJ, you could say. So you can compare that to
But it was based on the real MJ, so he wasn't acting. He was acting as
he was
himself.
he was acting though. He was still
But
an
but
actor.
but the character wasn't fictional. The character was a real person, Michael Jordan.
Okay, so don't put MJ in there. Don't put Space Jam in there then. Even though it's a cartoon movie.
Yeah, but you're saying which fictional athlete? He
To me,
wasn't
that
a
was a fictional
fictional
act.
athlete.
He was a fictional athlete in that movie.
He was not.
He drank some juice and his arm grew 30 feet to dunk the ball at the end of the movie. How is that not fictional? What are you
Because he
talking
played
about?
himself.
Oh
He
my god.
played his own self. Like he was acting as himself. I mean, yes, weird shit happened, but he wasn't a fictional character. He was being Michael Jordan.
Okay, so take him out. Have you ever you've seen sports movies growing up? There's tons of them.
Yeah. The best sports movie ever in the history of sports movies
Is
is, I'm hoping you're going to say it at the
no,
same time
I
as
feel
me.
like I'm gonna disagree with you. I feel like you're about to say something wild right now.
It's obviously Remember the Titans.
Okay, I can agree with you on that one.
Greatest sports movie of all time.
I would agree with you.
Followed by Coach Carter.
Coach Carter. Coach Carter
I
with
can
Samuel
recite
L.
Coach
Jackson.
Carter. I
Yeah,
can recite it.
I would never forget when the little light skinned Spanish boy when he started crying in the movie. I saw this movie in theaters. The whole
Obviously.
crowd started laughing. They started dying laughing, and that's when I knew.
That's
That's when
my
I.
favorite. That's like one of my favorite movies.
I mean, it's a good movie. It's not. It's not even top five like sports movies.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I'll let you live with that though. But back to
Okay,
what
then what are your top 5 sports movies?
um any
My
given
question's better than yours.
yeah, I mean, might be any given Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the Titans. I don't know. That's a really good question.
You know, I really love the movie The Blind Side, so that's on my top 5.
That's on my top five. Yeah, the Blind Side's on my top five. But that's like three football movies right there. I guess I would
That
have to
is?
say, yeah.
Oh yeah, you said I was thinking of Coach Carter. I don't have Any Given Sunday.
What's
on there.
I guess Sandlot has to be on there. So that's
Does it?
four. Yeah, that's like classic.
Yeah.
And I guess Rocky
Now
would
you
have to
can
be in
say
there.
Space Jam. Now you can say Space Jam.
Space Jam could be in there, but I think you have to say Rocky. I think Rocky would have
Yeah.
to be in there. What are your top five?
Remember the Titans, Coach Carter, Space Jam.
I think I didn't say Friday Night Lights.
Oh no, you did not say Friday Night.
Friday Night Lights is definitely in my top five. So I don't know what I'm removing. Probably Rocky. Actually, I'm removing with Sandlot. The F.
I told you not to put Sandlot in the first place. We forgot one. We forgot about one.
Which is what
Hardball. Wow. What about Like Mike?
we also didn't say. Love and Basketball.
Wow. Love and basketball. Okay. Rewind. ask the question again. Top 5 best sports movies of all time. In this order. Number 1, Love and Basketball. Number 2, Remember the Titans. Number 3, Space Jam. Number 4, I'm gonna have to say Hardball. I really. That's my number 4, and my number 5 is Coach Carter.
Yo, for anybody who has not seen Hardball, I need you guys to go see Hardball.
Everyone has seen Hardball, Jared.
You think
Unless
so?
You're like maybe like a kid.
You think?
Maybe not.
I'm not going to say that.
Maybe not.
That was a good question, though.
Yeah, it was.
There's a lot of sports. So like, okay, out of those 5, who was the greatest movie athlete? And I'm still keeping Space Jam in there.
I mean, those are kind of all like team. But I mean, if I had to pick one, I'm gonna say Monica Wright McCall from Love and Basketball. She was so good.
She was.
She won. She played for her love and won.
So speaking of women's sports, who's the greatest? Who would you think is the greatest female athlete?
Serena.
And who would you be your second? Would it be Lisa Leslie, or somebody else?
Yeah, Lisa Sue Bird was really good. I really like her. Oh my God. Did you see that thing on Twitter? Did you see what Joe Budden tweeted?
Yeah. So okay, let's talk about this. Because we definitely have different viewpoints.
I knew you would have seen this because you follow Joe Budden.
Hold on. So let the audience know what you're talking about.
Joe Budden tweeted randomly. It
wasn't random. It wasn't randomly. Don't say that. There's background to this tweet.
I don't know what the background is.
He tweeted this Sunday night during the MJ documentary when they were talking about the Seattle Supersonics.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay, so with that said, what did he tweet?
Okay, he tweeted, Seattle needs a basketball team or something like that. And then Breanna Stewart.
From UConn
now plays for Seattle Storm, who have a championship. Retweeted it and was like, we have one. And then everybody
started going ham on Joe Budden.
Yeah. It was when I was reading the replies, it was like mixed reviews. Like some people were going in on Joe Budden and other people were like, obviously, he meant the NBA or something like that.
Yeah, so how did you feel about that? Being a former woman basketball player.
I laughed out loud and then I was like, you go, Breanna. And then I moved on with my life.
So you didn't invest that much time into it? I
didn't put all my energy into it. I thought it was a careless tweet on Joe Budden's part. And
what was careless about it though? Because especially now that you know what time and the context that it was tweeted in, what's reckless about that? You know what he meant when he tweeted that.
Yeah, but he could have been more specific.
Oh, okay. So if he put Seattle needs an NBA team, do you still think there wouldn't have been?
I think nobody even would have noticed he tweeted it.
Really? You don't think it was like, why? There's a WNBA team there.
Maybe
it would have been more of a reach, but I could have saw something like that happening. But he definitely was getting attacked.
Attacked. I was like, whoa, everybody, it's okay.
But no, I also was like, yo, that's like good for her. Like you said, good for her.
Yeah, because they're a championship team.
Yeah, I like the energy.
They're not just some rinky-dink team. Like they're champions.
Let it be known that there's a professional basketball team here, and we deserve our respect. I effed with it. I like the energy, but it also was taken out of context.
Okay, so we have the last 2 episodes of MJ tomorrow. We're gonna reconvene after these last 2. Do you think anything crazy is gonna happen?
Of course. A lot of people are looking at MJ a little different after seeing this. I personally, me and like my people from home, we always thought that MJ was an a-hole, but that didn't matter to us. But like now people are seeing like how much of an a-hole he is.
Yeah, but like you get that vibe at all? Like that.
Exactly. You have to be that to be.
That's Kobe why he's who he is, and we are who we are.
Exactly.
That's why he's MJ, and we're
to get to that level and status. You have to be like you have to wrinkle some feathers.
Exactly.
I mean, Kobe did the same thing. Like he pushed his teammates to a level that they probably thought they couldn't get to. That's why they won championships.
Exactly.
But I think a lot of people are going to eventually end up looking at him in a certain way after this. But
They can really suck it up.
yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm definitely excited for the last 2 episodes, and like you said, we'll reconvene after those.
All right. Well, it's 11 p.m.
That was that was an hour of just straight sports talk with no sports going on in the world.
It was mostly nonsense, but we had a good time. Oh my god. Okay. Well, let's wrap this up, shall we?
If
I
you
thought you were
like
gonna
this
say
podcast, or what? You said I was going to say what?
we shall.
Oh, we shall.
You were about to say my part.
I was. I was like, wait, where is she going with this?
Oh my god. Okay. If you like this podcast and this episode, please subscribe, rate, and review, share with a friend, etc., etc.
If you're a long time listener, you should already know this part. But if you're a first time listener, we appreciate you tuning in, and we want you to keep coming back. So make sure you follow us on Instagram, Done with Adulting Pod. Hit us up in the comments, like a few pictures, share us on your story. And if you're on the Twitterverse, shoot us a couple tweets at Done WTH Adulting. Spread some love.
Oh my god. Stay safe out there.
Yeah, stay
Jared?
safe. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Social distance. Wear your mask. Don't be out here. Don't be out here protesting because you want to go back to work or for some stupid reason. People are
Oh
getting
my
sick.
gosh.
People are dying. Make sure you're not spreading the virus. Make sure you're flattening the curve. I'm trying to be
Thank
outside this summer, so stay in the house. Thank you.
Thank you, Jared.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.